Hello friends, today we are going to continue chapter number 2, Cultural Heritage of India, Handicrafts and Fine Arts, lecture number 7. Friends, in the previous topic we discussed about the information about different types of arts. We discussed about the different clay art, embroidery. We also discussed on the spinning, hand weaving, leather industry. We discussed these all arts in our previous lectures. Friends, as we discussed in the very first lecture, that it is due to this talent, it is due to this skill that many of our people are acknowledged to that prestigious stage in the world, that it can be praised at an extraordinary level. Friends, here there are lots of artisans present in our culture who have shown that talent at international level. Friends, as we all know, there are lots of things, lots of arts from that 65 arts that is present in our ancient literature. There are many such arts that are well known since ancient times. As we discussed, that these arts have been mentioned in lots of ancient literatures. We have got evidences from the excavation of Mohenjo-daro and Harappan civilizations. Friends, we discussed that it is due to these contributions from our ancestors, from our grandparents, that at the present era, at the present time, we know about such a beautiful arts that were present in our culture. As we discussed about the Patola of Patan, we discussed that though this art was very complicated and time consuming, but still there were some artisans who used to do this work very skillfully. And there were lots of rulers as well who used to encourage and inspire such kind of artisan. As we discussed when we were learning about Patola of Patan, that during the rule of Siddharaj Jaisingh, these artisans who had the skill of Patola of Patan, they came and settled in Patan. So friends, these are some of the well-known examples that gave encouragement to such artists. We also learned there was something that encouraged these people to show their talent. Friends, in the previous lecture, we discussed about the leather industry. We discussed how this leather and the products that is made from leather became popular. Friends, in the ancient time, the products made of leather was used in a large proportion. We learned that when the animal died, the skin of this dead animal was traditionally used, and then from that skin various leather products were made. We learned that from that several musical instruments like dol, tabla, dholak, such kind of musical instruments were made. Apart from that, lots of routine things that we use like mojdi, then belts, purses, lots of such leather things were made. We also learned that when the rulers used to go for war, they used the silk that was made of leather. Then sak, palan, lagam, these all things were also made of leather in the past. Friends, today we are going to discuss about such one more important art, that is the diamond and the beadwork. Diamond and beadwork of India. Friends, today we are going to discuss about this diamond and the beadwork talent of India. Friends, as you all know that these diamond and beadwork are very well known since ancient time. As you all know that when the king used to rule on India, they all were very fond of these diamonds, jewelry. Friends, this art of using these diamonds, using the beads, was very well known since ancient times. Friends, here it is said that Indian coastline is 7,517 kilometer long. Friends, here it is said that Indian coastline is 7,517 kilometer long, surrounding the three directions, we can say. Surrounding three directions, that is east, west and south. Friends, as you all are aware that India is surrounded by the three oceans on the three sides. Here it is said that Indian coastline is 7,517 kilometer long, surrounded on the three directions, except not the other three directions are surrounded by the ocean. And here it is said that we get these diamonds, gems, right, from the ocean. And so here it is said that in ancient time, the people and the rulers were fond of diamonds and gems. Friends, you might be aware what is the meaning of gems. Gems means some precious stones that are used in the ornaments. Friends, here it is said that in ancient time also, the people and especially the rulers, they were very fond of these diamonds and gems. They used these diamonds and gems were used in major proposals by them. Here it is said that ornaments and jewelry that were diamond studded were in very much demand. Friends, here it is said the ornaments and the jewelries that were diamond studded, in which diamonds were studied, right? That ornaments, that jewelries were very much in demand at the time when these rulers used to rule us. Here it is said they were very much in demand, not only in our country, but we can say they were very much in demand even in foreign countries as well. Foreign countries as well. Here it is said ornaments and jewelry that were diamond studded were very much in demand, even in foreign countries as well. So friends, here it is said that these ornaments, the jewelries that were made, that were shaped in India, they were not only famous not in India, but even it was very much in demand in the foreign countries as well. The people from the other countries were also very eager to buy such kind of ornaments and jewelries that were made in India. So friends, here it is said that India used to trade these diamonds and gems to foreign countries. Friends, here it is said that India used to trade these diamonds and gems to foreign countries. Means they used to make over here and they used to trade them to the foreign countries. And here it is said they traded them through sea route. The route that they used to trade this was the sea route. So here it is said, due to this national, we can say domestic and international trading of diamonds and gems, India became more prosperous. Friends, here it is said that it was this because of trading. It was this because of the trading of these gems and diamonds in the international market. India became more and more prosperous. Here it is said, and it is due to this that we know that the great Mughal and Kohinoor diamond existed in India. In past. Here it is said, friend, as we all know that the well-known diamonds, that is the Kohinoor and the Great Mughal diamond, were present, that existed in India. We all know that when the company was ruling, when the British East India companies were ruling on us, at that time, these valuable, rarest diamonds, we can say, that is the Great Mughal and the Kohinoor diamond, was taken away to England by them. So friends, today also we know that regarding the ownership of these diamonds, hearing is going on continuously in the international courts. So friends, here it is said, the Great Mughal and Kohinoor diamonds existed in India in past. This shows that how rich India was in the field of diamond and bead. Friends, here it is said that as these diamonds and beads were very much in demand, then these diamonds and beads were sold very these diamonds and beads were sold very costly. And here it is said, as we all know, that these diamonds and beads are very much in demand. And as we all know, that anything that is more in demand, always the price of that particular thing is always high. Friends, here also the diamonds and beads were very much in demand at that time, and that's why it was very expensive. It was very costly. And as its demand was in the international market, even the foreign countries, even the people of the foreign countries like these diamonds and beadworks, these ornaments which were diamond studded were also very much in demand. Due to that, these was very expensive. Friends, due to this, the foreign traders were influenced to trade in India. Here it is said, due to this reason, due to these reasons, even foreigners were influenced to trade in India. Friends, here it is said, due to this reason, even foreigners were influenced to trade in India. Friends, here we can clearly see that how these diamonds and beadwork were in demand in the past. Friends, here it is due to, we can say, it is due to the presence of our landscapes. Here it is said that nature has gifted us a very good coastline, and due to this coastline, India is benefited with many natural resources. It is due to this coastline that we are gifted with such diamonds and beads. We get lot of maritime resources. So friends, here as we all know that India has 7,517 km long coastline, due to which we are benefited due to it. And as we are benefited due to this coastline, here it is said, our three directions, east, west and south, is covered by the coastline. Due to this reason, since ancient time, India used to use this coastline for trading purpose. Here, as we learn, that India used to trade through sea route. India used to trade through sea route, as we are having a good coastline on all the three directions. So, the people of India were able to trade in all the three directions. They were able to trade in the east, in the west, as well as in the south. So, friends, here the trading became easy due to this coastline. Here it is said, since ancient time, these diamonds and gem-studded ornaments and jewelry were very much in demand. Even these diamonds and gems were used in the thrones of the kings, in the crowns of the kings, right? So, even they were very much fond of such kind of precious diamonds and gems. And due to this reason, here it is said, it became very popular, this artistic work of studying this diamond and gems into ornaments. This art was very skillful. Friends, and due to this talent, this art was recognized by even the foreign countries. Obviously, as it was in much demand, it was very expensive as well. And due to this reason, India was very prosperous in the past. And as it was sold very costly, and a huge profit also can be earned from it. Due to that reason, even the foreign traders were influenced to come into India and trade with India, so that they also can earn maximum profit from this diamond and beadwork. Friends, here we can say that clearly that these diamond and gem-studded ornament were not only used by the ruler, but even the people used to wear these diamonds and jewelry. They were also fond of these ornaments and jewelry that were diamond and gem studded. So friends, you can see that these are also made India to stand in the incomparable position at the world. So friends, today as we discussed about one more art, we discussed about another art in our next lecture. Thank you.